Girls are wet when they do these 7 things, Stoicism. She sat across from him at a quiet cafe, her phone on silent, her gaze fixed, her fingers absent-mindedly tracing the rim of her cup. She wasn't nervous. She wasn't calm either. She was receptive. Attentive in a way that most men miss because they're too busy trying to perform. But Daniel wasn't like most men. He noticed small things, subtle gestures, slight energy shifts, and unspoken invitations. And more importantly, he didn't chase them. He watched her body before her words. The way she tilted her neck when she laughed. The way her voice softened when she asked a question. The way her pupils dilated when he spoke with precision. He didn't need a signal. The truth was already on her skin. That's what most men never realize. Women speak through subtlety, through behavior, not bold declarations, not Instagram captions, not compliments, but posture, pauses, proximity. Her attraction had already begun the moment she leaned in just half an inch past the point of politeness. When she fixed her dress, even though it didn't need fixing, she asked about his values instead of his job. Daniel had trained himself to see these cues, but not to react to them. He understood that once a woman begins to feel something deeper than logic, she will begin showing signs, and not just signs of affection. Signs of surrender, signs of vulnerability, signs of desire. And when she's truly feeling it, when her interest goes beyond casual, her actions change in small, calculated, and primal ways. The first thing Daniel always noticed was the stillness, the absence of performance. Women who aren't interested fidget, check their phone, glance around the room, keep things shallow. But when a woman is mentally undressing a man, she slows down. Her mind begins focusing. Her emotions move from curiosity to investment. She isn't listening to respond anymore. She's listening to absorb. That's when Daniel knew he had already entered her psyche, but he didn't celebrate. That's where most men go wrong. They see attention as reward. He saw it as information. Her energy was shifting from social to intimate, but that didn't mean she was his. It just meant she was opening. And a woman's openness is never owed. It's granted temporarily, and must be earned continually through presence, not pressure. She leaned forward slightly and asked, "Do you always speak this slowly?" Daniel didn't flinch. "Words are tools. I don't waste them." She smiled. Her hand moved from her lap to the table, palms slightly up. That was another cue. Open palms mean open thoughts. Women unconsciously expose more of their bodies to men they trust or admire. Not for approval. For access. It's instinctual. The more secure they feel around you, the more relaxed their posture becomes. The more eye contact they hold. The more they mirror your tone and tempo. She began mirroring Daniel's cadence, slowing her breathing. Her tone softened, slightly huskier than before. Her words became more personal. "I don't usually talk about this kind of stuff," she admitted, almost whispering. "Then don't talk," Daniel said. "Just be here." She didn't laugh. She just stared, half challenged, half pulled in. Women become emotionally wet before they become physically wet. Their mind is the first place arousal blooms. And that arousal doesn't come from compliments or gifts or pretty boy smiles. It comes from emotional safety laced with masculine tension. Calm, control, decisiveness. A man so grounded that her storm feels welcome around him. She began playing with her necklace. Another unconscious tell. Her nervous system was activating. Not in fear, but in anticipation. That soft fidgeting was her inner world asking, "Is it safe to let go?" Daniel stayed present. No jokes, no bragging, no sudden movements. Just the firm gaze of a man who doesn't need her, but sees her. Not her makeup, not her figure, but the being beneath it. The more he remained centered, the more she revealed. That's another truth most men don't see. When a woman wants you, she'll start exposing things. Sometimes emotionally, sometimes physically. She mentioned a childhood memory, a relationship scar, a hidden passion. Not to impress, but to connect. When a woman begins offering access to her inner world, it's because she wants to know if you can hold it. Not fix it, not analyze it, but hold it without judgment, without interruption. That's what Daniel did. He didn't interrupt her emotion. He just let her go deeper. Every time she opened up more, her eyes grew shinier, breath slowed, shoulders dropped. Arousal isn't always about lust. Sometimes it's about feeling deeply seen. Feeling emotionally naked before she's ever physically undressed. That's a power women rarely get, and a power most men misuse. Daniel never did. He saw her shifts not as green lights, but as invitations. And like any wise guest, he never walked in unless the door was fully open. At one point, she adjusted her seat closer now. Her knees brushed his. She didn't move them. That wasn't clumsiness. That was decision. Her body had started speaking in touches. Light, brief, exploratory. He stayed still. Stoic men don't rush into seduction. They let it come to them. Because women Dante want to be taken, they want to feel chosen and cherished in the same breath. And only a calm, present, unshakable man can give that paradox. She asked about his past. He gave a short, thoughtful answer. Then silence. He didn't rush to fill it. She leaned in again, asked more. The silence between his words became magnetic. That's when she became completely present. Her face relaxed, voice dropped. Her breath synced with his. When a woman matches your breathing, your tempo, and your stillness, you've entered her deeply, not physically, but emotionally. And that's where true connection begins. That's where she gets wet, in the mind, in the heart, in the soul. Not with dirty talk, but with deep resonance, not with flattery. But with masculine stillness, not with oversharing, but with quiet power. Daniel knew that being a Stoic wasn't about pretending to feel nothing. It was about holding everything without breaking. When a woman senses that, she melts, because no amount of money or charm can replace the gravity of presence. That night, they walked out slowly. No kiss, no hand-holding, no promises. Just a slow electric walk in silence. She glanced at him as they reached her car. "You're not like other men." He didn't reply. He didn't need to. She opened her door, looked back once, then twice. She didn't want to leave. That's another sign. A woman who lingers, who doesn't rush to say goodbye, whose body stays longer than her words. She's already halfway his. But Daniel didn't claim her. He let the moment breathe, because desire that isn't rushed becomes devotion that doesn't fade. She drove off. No games, no pressure, just the echo of his stillness in her mind. She texted later that night. "I can't sleep. Your presence is still with me." He smiled, placed the phone down, and returned to his journal. A Stoic never chases. He simply becomes unforgettable.